This is why I've not been riding recently. We have just had rain, 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 rain and more rain. So I'm trapped in the garage with this bike. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I spend quite a lot of my time customizing the bike and doing videos on how I'm fitting some of the new parts, whether that's the bars, the grips, I've gone through the lights, the seat, and kind of turning this bike from stock to what you see here. But time has kind of moved on now to a new series I'm going to start called TLC, because as you can probably see, things are starting to go a little bit wrong. I've got the bar end indicator snapped off, the exhaust, I've torn the wrap, the end cap has come off. It just needs a little bit of love. And so in this series, I'm going to address some of these problems to do the maintenance to keep this bike looking as good as it should look. And we're going to start with fixing the bar end indicator. So what happened to the indicator? Well, you might have seen from my fitting video that this was quite a difficult job, feeding the cables and the wires through the bar and attaching it up to the wiring loom. Unfortunately, a couple of days ago, I was taking the bike to Harley for its annual service, and I was riding down the motorway when I started to get slipping on the grip over the sleeve, which meant that effectively I lost all throttle. So I was trying to pull the throttle and it was just spinning over, and I broke down at the side of the motorway as a result. And fortunately, I happened to have a little tube of super glue. So my tactic was to pull off the grip, put some super glue around the inside to get enough purchase to get me there. But in pulling it back, I ended up snapping off the wires. Now, Harley had a look at this and said it's a write-off, and I've actually bought a spare, but I'm not happy with that. I think that there's something I can do here by stripping this red wire in particular back just a little bit, adding some new cable and reattaching it to the original cable with my soldering iron and a bit of shrink wrap. So these are about, what, $100, £80 each, so it's definitely worth a shot trying to repair this and get it reattached. So let's have a go at fixing this piece. So next job is I'm going to take off the throttle body cover, and this should let me access the throttle grip, so I can take it off, and that will let me get the cables on the inside. So close. Is that just going to pop off? Yes, it is. Oh, well, that's easy. The question is, where are the cables? They're going to be in there somewhere. Let's take this bung out. Ooh, that is in pretty tight. That might work. Ah, magic. It's the washer. Aha, the bolt. These are the two wires that I'm going to need to connect it to. The other thing that you might be able to see is the wires are quite badly twist damaged. And this is part of the problem when you're screwing the indicator on. It's actually twisting up all the wires inside the bar. And I think that's probably what finished it off a little bit. I'm going to use a double gluing method on this with a little bit of this, like so. And I've got this little tube of super glue. So I might as well stick this on because I really don't want it to slip. Let's try not to touch the glue. Let's take the throttle body off pretty quick. So, note to self, when you're gluing on a grip with permanent adhesive, make damn bloody sure that you are ready to put it on all the way. Because if it gets halfway, you're going to be in trouble. I'm actually just going to solder this straight onto the wires because it's not a huge job, and fannying around when the power is on means that it's very easy for these wires to touch and short out. The most important thing with this is, if you watch the videos of when we originally fitted these, getting the stuff in the right order. So I've got the little mini washer, and I've got the rubber washer, and I've got the little mini metal washer. I'm going to put on the rubber that I've finally managed to find. Now, these three pieces are going to need to attach on the inside of the barrel, or the throttle. So let me feed these through, like so. And then we're going to need the rubber first, followed by the washer, followed by the bolt. Put the shrink wrap on those, but first, does it work? Yes, it does. Fantastic. Right, okay, I've fitted the indicator onto the end, tightened it up on the inside, and now I'm just pushing the grip back onto the bar, which means that the rubber bung is sliding into the centre of the bar, and that means that the indicator stays flat and the throttle grip is going to slide over. So what I need to do now is get rid of the slack on these cables by retightening up the adjustment bolts. So let's do that now. Okay, there we go. Right, so grip is back on. We're turning. I might just spray a little bit of oil onto the throttle mechanism. There we go, just loosen that up a bit more. And let's see if it works. Brilliant. So that saved me 80 quid with just, frankly, a little bit of soldering and, frankly, just a little bit of shrink wrap. Well guys, that's it, job done. I hope you found this useful. If you didn't and you thought it was rubbish, please give me a thumbs down. If you found it in any way useful and you think the indicator looks good, then please give me a thumbs up. Next, I'm going to be tackling this exhaust, taking the wrap off, rewrapping it, repainting it, and just bringing it back to its former glory. So if you're interested in that, stick around, hit the subscribe button, and that will be happening in the next week or so.